Hello and welcome. This is Mary. I create sleep stories for learning English at every level. If you want to improve your English while resting, you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment to support me. Now, get comfortable, relax, and let's begin our sleep learning journey in English. You arrive at the coast just as the last light of the day begins to fade. The sky is not dark yet, but it is no longer bright. It rests somewhere in between, painted with soft shades of blue, grey, and silver. The air feels cool, clean, and slightly salty, as if the sea itself is breathing quietly beside you. You are not tired in the way people usually are. There is no heavy exhaustion in your body. Instead, there is a gentle weariness, the kind that comes from thinking too much, from carrying too many unspoken thoughts for too long. The sound of the waves is steady and calm. They do not crash. They do not demand attention. They simply arrive, retreat, and return again. You walk slowly along a narrow path made of smooth stones. Each step feels intentional, yet effortless. There is no rush here. Time does not seem to move forward in a straight line. It stretches, softens, and begins to feel less important. In the distance, you notice a lighthouse. It stands alone on a quiet cliff, tall but not imposing. Its light is not spinning yet. For now, it remains still, like a patient observer waiting for the right moment to speak. You are not surprised to see it. In fact, it feels familiar, as if you have known about this place long before you arrived. As if some part of you has been here before, perhaps in a dream, perhaps in a memory you never fully remembered. The path leads you closer to the lighthouse, and with each step, your breathing slows naturally. Inhale. Slowly. Exhale. Gently, the wind moves softly around you, brushing past your skin without resistance. It carries no urgency, only presence. You notice how quiet your thoughts are becoming. They are still there, of course, but they no longer speak loudly. They drift like clouds instead of pressing like weight. The lighthouse grows clearer now. Its stone surface is worn by time, shaped by years of wind and sea, yet it feels strong, grounded, unmoved by passing storms. You reach the base of the cliff and pause. There is no door visible yet, no sign telling you what to do next. And still, you feel certain that you are exactly where you need to be. You rest your hand against the stone wall. It feels cool, steady, reassuring. This place does not ask anything from you. It does not expect answers. It does not demand change. It simply allows you to exist. As you stand there, listening to the rhythm of the sea, you begin to notice something subtle. A quiet awareness forming beneath your thoughts, a sense of clarity that does not require effort. You realize that understanding does not always arrive through force. Sometimes, it comes through stillness. The lighthouse light turns on, slowly, softly, not to guide ships tonight, but to illuminate something within you. And as the light begins its gentle rotation, you feel yourself drifting deeper into calm, deeper into rest, deeper into learning without effort. Nothing needs to be remembered consciously. Everything is already settling exactly where it belongs. The light continues its slow, steady movement, circling the horizon without urgency. You remain still for a moment longer, allowing the calm to deepen. Your breathing has found its own rhythm now, unforced, natural, quiet. As you turn slightly, you notice something you had not seen before. A narrow wooden door stands at the side of the lighthouse. It blends into the stone so seamlessly that it feels as though it only appears when one is ready to notice it. There is no handle, only a smooth indentation where a hand might rest. You place your palm against the wood. It is warmer than the stone, as if it has absorbed years of human presence. Quiet footsteps, patient waiting. Silent observation. The door opens without a sound. Inside, the air feels different. Not heavier, not lighter, simply calmer, like a space protected from unnecessary noise. A narrow spiral staircase curves upward, its steps softened by time. Each step feels familiar beneath your feet, as if your body remembers the movement even if your mind does not. You begin to climb. There is no strain in your legs, no effort in the motion. Your body moves instinctively, guided by a quiet sense of trust. As you ascend, the sounds of the sea fade slightly, replaced by a gentle stillness. Not silence, but a kind of listening silence. Halfway up the staircase, you notice a presence. Someone is there. An elderly lighthouse keeper sits calmly on a wooden chair beside a small table. A lantern rests nearby, unlit. A book lies open in his hands, though he does not appear to be reading. He looks up and smiles. Not the kind of smile that asks questions. Not the kind that expects conversation. It is a smile of recognition, as if he has been expecting you. You've arrived at the right time, he says quietly. His voice is low, steady, and warm. It carries no urgency, no need to persuade or explain. You do not respond. And somehow, that feels perfectly acceptable. The lighthouse keeper closes his book and places it gently on the table. People believe this lighthouse exists to guide ships, he continues, and sometimes it does. He pauses, allowing the words to settle. But its true purpose, he says softly, is to guide those who have forgotten how to listen. You feel no confusion, only a calm understanding, unfolding slowly. He gestures toward the staircase above. Up there, he says, is not knowledge you must memorize, it is awareness you must allow. The keeper stands. Moving with ease despite his age, he walks toward the wall and rests his hand against it, just as you did earlier. This lighthouse remembers, he says. It remembers every thought left unfinished, every word never spoken, every truth quietly set aside. You notice that his eyes are not searching yours. They are not evaluating. They are simply present. You don't need to explain yourself here, he adds. This place does not ask for effort. The light above continues its slow rotation, visible through a small circular window. One by one, the keeper continues. The mind releases what it no longer needs to hold. He steps aside, clearing the path upward. You may continue, he says gently, or you may rest here for as long as you like. You realize something important in that moment. There is no correct choice, no wrong direction, no expectation, only permission. You take another step upward. The lighthouse keeper returns to his chair, opening his book once more. As you climb, you hear him speak again, not loudly, not directly to you, but to the space itself. Understanding does not require tension, he says. Learning does not demand struggle. His words drift upward with you, settling quietly into your awareness. The staircase opens into a circular room at the top. Windows surround the space, revealing the sea in every direction. The horizon stretches endlessly, calm and unbroken. At the center of the room, the lighthouse light moves in its slow, rhythmic pattern. You stand there, bathed in its soft glow, and without trying, without effort, without conscious intention, you begin to feel a deeper clarity emerging. Thoughts soften, meaning settles, language finds its place gently, naturally. Nothing needs to be forced. Everything is already aligning. You remain in the circular room, surrounded by the quiet presence of the sea. The lighthouse light continues its gentle rotation, passing over the walls, the floor, and finally, over you. Each time it moves, it brings a subtle sense of clarity, not sharp, not sudden, but smooth and reassuring. You approach one of the windows. Outside, the sea stretches endlessly, calm and attentive. Its surface reflects the soft glow of the lighthouse, creating slow-moving patterns of light that rise and fall like breath. You begin to notice that the sea has its own rhythm, not random, not chaotic, intentional. The waves move in steady cycles. They arrive, pause, and retreat, again and again. No wave rushes, no wave hesitates, and slowly, you understand something without needing to explain it. The sea is speaking, not in words, but in patterns, not in sentences, but in repetition and flow. This is a language older than speech, a language understood by the body before the mind attempts to analyze it. You listen, and in listening, your thoughts become quieter. The sea does not communicate urgency. It communicates continuity. It reminds you that meaning does not always appear immediately. Sometimes, understanding arrives gradually, through exposure, through familiarity, through calm attention. As you watch the waves, certain phrases begin to echo softly in your awareness. You do not repeat them consciously. You do not force them into memory. They simply appear. and settle. Understanding comes with time. Clarity grows through patience. Learning unfolds naturally. The lighthouse light passes over you again. With each cycle, your body relaxes more deeply. Your shoulders soften. Your jaw loosens. Your breath flows without interruption. You notice how language, when freed from pressure, becomes gentle. There is no need to perform, no need to impress, no need to translate every thought. The sea accepts everything without resistance. It receives the river, it receives the rain, it receives the tide. In the same way, your mind receives language when it is allowed to arrive quietly. You feel this understanding not as an idea, but as a sensation, a calm certainty. The sea speaks in repetition, and repetition, you realize, is not boredom. It is familiarity. Through familiarity, patterns become recognizable. Through patterns, meaning emerges. Through meaning, confidence grows. The lighthouse keeper's words return softly to you. Learning does not demand struggle. The sea confirms this truth with every wave. You remain at the window for a long moment, watching the horizon breathe in and out. Thoughts drift like small boats, gently floating past without needing direction. Some thoughts carry words, others carry feelings. None of them demand attention. Language flows the same way. It arrives, it rests, it moves on, and without effort, you begin to trust this process. The lighthouse light slows slightly, or perhaps your perception of time has changed. Minutes stretch, moments soften. You are learning, even now, not by focusing, not by analyzing, but by allowing. The sea continues its steady rhythm, and your mind follows, naturally, calmly, confidently. You step away from the window and notice a narrow passage you had not seen before. It opens quietly at the back of the circular room, as if it has always been there, waiting patiently. The light from the lighthouse follows you, softening the edges of the space as you move forward. The passage leads downward, gently this time, not in sharp steps but in a smooth, gradual slope. Your feet touch there. Ground without sound. Your body moves without effort. As you walk, the walls around you begin to change. They are no longer made of stone. Instead, they reflect moments, subtle, quiet memories. Not vivid scenes, not overwhelming images, just impressions. You see yourself walking through places that feel familiar, though you cannot immediately name them. A street at dusk, a quiet room filled with soft light, a conversation that once mattered deeply. These memories do not pull you back. They simply walk beside you. You realize something important. Memories are not meant to trap you. They are meant to inform you. Each one carries a lesson, but none of them require judgment. You continue walking, feeling the rhythm of your steps align with your breath. Inhale, exhale. The memories shift gently as you pass. Some fade into the background. Others become clearer for a moment before softening again. You notice that language lives inside these memories. Words once spoken, words once heard, words once misunderstood. Yet here, they feel lighter. They are no longer attached to pressure or expectation. They exist simply as part of your experience. You understand now that language is not separate from life. It grows through listening. It deepens through feeling. It strengthens through time. The path curves slightly, and the passage opens into a wide, open space. The floor beneath you feels warm and solid. Above, the ceiling opens into darkness. Not an empty darkness, but a comforting one, the kind that allows rest. You pause. There is no need to move forward yet. You feel grounded here. Thoughts slow even further, becoming soft echoes rather than clear sentences. Your mind is still aware, but it is no longer alert. It is receptive. You realize that learning happens best in this state, when the mind is calm, when resistance fades, when curiosity remains, but effort disappears. The memories around you continue their slow movement, like pages turning in a book read long ago. They do not demand attention. They simply exist. You take a final slow breath and feel yourself settling deeper into comfort. Nothing needs to be solved. Nothing needs to be remembered consciously. Everything important is already finding its place. You notice a wooden desk placed quietly at the center of the space. It feels as though it has always been there, waiting without expectation. On its surface lie several envelopes, slightly yellowed with time, their edges softened by patience rather than neglect. You sit down without thinking. The chair supports you comfortably, as if it understands the shape of rest. You reach for one of the envelopes. There is no name written on it, no date, no address, and yet, it feels familiar. These are letters that were never sent, words that were once formed but never released, thoughts that waited for the right moment, a moment that never truly arrived. You do not feel regret. There is no heaviness here, only understanding. Each letter represents something that once mattered deeply, a feeling held back, a truth left unspoken, a moment paused indefinitely. You open one of the letters. The words inside are gentle, unhurried. They do not accuse. They do not demand explanation. They simply exist. You realize that not every message is meant to be delivered to another person. Some are written to be understood internally. Language, you see, is not always about communication outward. Sometimes, it is about clarity inward. You place the letter back into its envelope. Another envelope catches your attention. This one feels lighter. When you open it, there are fewer words, but each word feels precise. Intentional. You notice how language changes when it is free from urgency. It becomes honest. It becomes calm. It becomes sufficient. The lighthouse light filters softly into the room, touching the desk, the envelopes, your hands. The light does not expose. It does not interrogate. It illuminates gently. You feel a sense of release, as if the act of noticing these letters is enough. As if acknowledgement alone brings resolution. You do not need to send them. You do not need to rewrite them. Their purpose has already been fulfilled. You lean back slightly, allowing your body to relax even more deeply. Your breathing slows to its quietest rhythm yet. Language continues to settle into your awareness. Vocabulary. Structure. Meaning. Without effort, without pressure. The mind learns best when it feels safe. And here, you are safe. The desk remains, the letters resting peacefully where they are. Nothing is unfinished. Nothing is incomplete. You allow your eyes to rest, not fully closing, but no longer searching. And in this state, learning becomes effortless. You rise slowly from the chair and notice a door you had not seen before. It stands quietly at the far side of the room. There is nothing remarkable about it. No decoration, no sign. And yet, it feels significant. This door does not ask to be opened outward. It opens inward. You understand this instinctively. You place your hand against it, feeling the gentle warmth beneath your palm. There is no resistance. The door opens smoothly, revealing a space filled with calm. Dim light, not darkness, not brightness, balance. You step inside. The air feels familiar, like the moment just before sleep fully arrives. Thoughts slow to a soft murmur. Awareness remains, but effort dissolves. This space contains no objects, no images, no memories, only presence. Here, language no longer needs structure. It no longer needs explanation. It has already settled where it belongs. You realize that learning has been happening all along, not through repetition alone, but through safety, not through effort, but through permission. Your mind rests in a receptive state, open and calm. Words, phrases, patterns, they have found their place naturally, quietly. There is nothing more to do, nothing to remember consciously, nothing to control. The lighthouse light fades gently in the distance, its work complete for now. The sea continues its rhythm, steady and reassuring. And you drift, deeper into rest, deeper into stillness, deeper into sleep. Language remains with you, woven softly into awareness. When you wake, it will still be there, clearer, calmer, more familiar. For now, rest. Everything is exactly as it should be.